Basically, we will talk about this sets tab, the lists group of commands. What are lists in Grasshopper and how Grasshopper deal with data and so. And from these sequences, and we have the range, we have the sequences, series, some randomness, like these mathematical concepts that we like also need to know before jump or like continue on the advanced of like surfaces and meshes and curvature. So this is the like I say, the introduction of today's course. Let me start with a line. Double click. I'm gonna say line, and there is this command that creates a line. It's called SDL, I think, with start, direction, and length, which is SDL. The start, it needs a point. You can call this point container and set one point to just choose one of these. So this one, I will take it like far away. So now we have 1 point as a start. When we link it, it just turned light gray or green when we selected, because it kind of fulfilled what it needed, and these two inputs has their own default values. Now we have an output, so like here I can see that there is a line. Now I just selected this and disabled the preview, so it doesn't show like red. Now it's telling me that there is a line, but I'm not seeing it because the default length is very small, is like 1 millimeter. So now I will double click and insert a value. So I will say 50, enter, and I will link this slider to the length. We have our line, but it's like pointing up because the default direction is also like to Z. We can make it goes like horizontally if we double click, and on the keyboard we choose X, and there is this component that is called unit X. When I link it to the direction, now I have my line horizontally with the X direction. Let's pick a little bit as long as we can do the lengths. So now I have one line with 100 millimeters of length. Now, just like this is also like basic from the previous courses. If I double click and I say panel, just to see what is the output, it's like numbered as 0 in a list that is 0. So it's like very basic now. So we will leave it this way and step to the next point. The next point is one tool that we also like saw earlier, that is divide curve. We can go to the curve tab. From division, we can choose this one, divide curve. In Grasshopper logic, a line is also a curve, so it will accept this here as a line. And for the count, the default amount or default number of the count is 10. So that's why I started to see 10 points on my curve. I can just double click and say 13, just to have different numbers, so like that, something that I can control. I will just copy paste this panel, Control C, Control V. Something is happening here, and I will plug the points. Now I see my points, like this output of this command here, or this order, node. The output of it is points, so it's giving me all of these 13 or 14 points that I asked it to create them, and I can see them numbered from 0 to 13. That's 14 points with the beginning, let's start, and the end. Let me just take all of these for like a little bit to the right. I will do like one more thing here, and then after that we'll continue with that. I will just create a copy from that line. So now if I click this is the line. I can see it like selected green here, the line. and the points are after. So we're going to be still working with the line. I will double click and say move. So it's just like the normal move command. It asks me usually for geometry, what do you want to move, and motion. In the geometry, I will link my line. And because the motion also has its default value, which is 10 units to the Z direction up. So I'm seeing that it is already moved, but I don't want it to the Z. I want it to move on the Y direction. If you can see here, there is always this to help you which are the directions. So now this our baseline, we created it on the X direction, and it's telling me that Z is up and the Y is that way. That's why I want to move it. I will ask it to move on the Y direction now. So I will double click. If I click Y, I will see this unit Y component. Now, when I plug it, it will move it on the Y, but there is no factor or no, like it doesn't know how many units on the Y. So it's just like one step or like 1 millimeter to the Y direction. That's why I can also double click and take another number, which is 50, I can say, and put it there. And this way I will have this line like somewhere where I want it. And make it a little bit nearer if you want, like 35 is okay. And as we talked earlier, because the Grasshopper is just like a step after step process, it does not like delete the previous one. It just create a new one. So now I have the previous line and I have the new line. So we will work on both of them to get more familiar with these sets and lists and so on. I will bring this divide curve, I'll bring it up near to the original line, and I will have this new line is a bit down, like by itself. What I need to do now, I want to do like another division, but this time on the new line. I will choose these two components, which is the division and the count, the number slider. Select them both and Control-C, Control-V to drag them down near the new one. And now if I just plug the geometry from here to here, this new division will happen to the new curve. Now we have like a bunch of points, like the divisions on first line and the others on the second. And just for now, let's make them a bit different. We can make them 7, for example, for the second one. We have now our two groups of points, which is one is this down group point, which is like 13 or 14 points, and this one is 8 points, the top ones. Like from the panel, if we just connect from this point to the panel, we will see that these points are listed like this. So it's like 1, 2, 3, like, or start from 0, 0 until 7. It's 8 points, and the other one is from 0 till 13. We have 14 points. Now we'll see how we can do like modifications on this list or like on these points. That's why we will go to the sets tab here, and from the list group we will see a bunch of things here, like for example list length. Just give me the length of a list. So how many points do I have? So if I just put this here and take the output from here, put it in the panel, I will see that the number is 14. It will give me a new number, which is how many objects do I have. So it's just translates from objects to a number. From the other list, if I just drag this here, it will say that I have 8. Other thing I can do and show is the reverse list. Let me click this and say reverse list. So it's like as the icon indicates, it's just like take what you have as points and just reverse them. So they start from the opposite side. To view it in a better way, I can go to the display tab, and from the vector, I have this point list. If we link these points to these points, like from here to here, it will start showing some numbers. It will like number them like as they are numbered, but because the size is also very small, I will double click and put 5 to increase the size. So now we have them numbered. This is how they are created, because from our line, from that line is starting from the left side. If you remember from our base points, that was here. So that way it start counting from there. It goes like 0, 1 until it ends. Now this is our normal list, which is like a point of like our list of points. If I just use this command now, which is the reverse list, if I link the points here, it turns green, which means it's activated. Now, if I put this list instead of the old list, I'll see that the order of these points will be like changed. So starting from 0 now until from the right to the left. This is just like a small indicator, I can say, or a small like preview of how like you can do changes on lists. And I don't know, sometimes you want to start from like the opposite side, like you want to flip the things that you're working with. So this is like a basic tool that mostly used.